Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the Aura News broadcast. It is 6 o'clock, and that means it's time for our daily English news edition. And as usual, I'm Daniel Cook, your host, bringing you a translated version of the Albanian news. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is scheduled to arrive at the Tirana airport at 1:50 in the afternoon on the 8th of July. She will be staying for only around 4 hours in the Albanian capital. The Prime Minister's office has publicized the agenda for this important visit. At the airport, the German Chancellor will be received by the Vice Prime Minister, Niko Pelleshi, as well as the Vice Foreign Minister. At 2:15, there will be a reception ceremony organized by the Prime Minister, and at 3:30, the Prime Minister of Albania and the Chancellor of Germany will give a joint press conference. At around 4:10, the German Chancellor will hold a meeting with the President of Albania, Bujar Nishani. According to the official agenda, there is no scheduled meeting with the head of the parliament, Alere Mehta, or the leader of the opposition, Lulzim Basha. At 5 o'clock, Chancellor Merkel will attend the economic conference that is going to be held in Tirana Business Park, a German investment that was inaugurated a few days ago by Prime Minister Rama. The German Chancellor will then be leaving Albania at about 6 o'clock. This is the second visit of a German Chancellor after that of Chancellor Schroeder in 1999, who came to Albania to meet the German troops who were stationed in our country as part of the peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. The beginning of construction was announced today on the Trans-Adriatic Pipeline, or TAP, project. Work will begin on rehabilitating the access roads and bridges along the pipeline's route through Albania. The occasion was marked by a ceremony near the town of Chorovoda, which was attended by the Prime Minister Edi Rama, the Minister of Energy and Industry, Damjan Gjiknuri, and the TAP Managing Director, Ian Bradshaw. Speaking to an audience that included foreign diplomats, members of the Albanian Parliament, representatives of local authorities, and other key stakeholders, Prime Minister Rama and Minister Gjiknuri emphasized the importance of the project to Albania. As one of the largest foreign investments in the country, TAP will have a positive impact on the country's energy sector and will help encourage other foreign investments. Prime Minister Rama considered this project to be a very important one for Albania. He said, "This is one of the biggest investments in the history of the Albanian state. The cooperation with the community has been great to overcome all of the obstacles that we have encountered. We are here today to announce the beginning of the work on the first phase, which will last for 5 years. The TAP pipeline will run for approximately 211 kilometers onshore and 37 kilometers offshore in the Albanian section of the Adriatic Sea. It will start in the Korça region at the Albanian border with Greece and will arrive at the Adriatic coast 17 kilometers northwest of Fier, 400 meters inland from the shoreline. In the mountainous areas, approximately 51 kilometers of new access roads will be constructed, 41 kilometers of existing roads will be upgraded, 42 bridges refurbished, and 3 new bridges built," said the Prime Minister. The TAP Managing Director, Ian Bradshaw, had this to say: "TAP aims to build a modern pipeline that will safely deliver Caspian gas to Europe in early 2020. The construction of access roads and bridges in Albania is critical to our progress. We are committed to doing zero harm to the affected communities and to having a minimal impact on the environment. Safety is one of our highest priorities," he said. Prime Minister Rama said that Albania will gain €1 billion over the next 20 years from the project. He added that there will be other indirect benefits as well from the chain investments. The government is going to be taking out a new loan of €250 million from the international market with the guarantee of the World Bank. Besides lower interest rates, one of the reasons that the government is going to the foreign market for the loan is that the domestic banks will then be able to give loans to businesses and citizens. Not all of the results will be positive, though, according to the economic experts, who point out a number of problems with taking on this new debt. One expert, a former member of the Supervisory Council of the Bank of Albania, argues that the government is exposing itself to the risk of the exchange rate and to the need of the economy to generate money. He thinks that this loan will not give the domestic market the opportunity to develop. The country's public debt has now reached over 70% of the gross domestic product and is considered to be one of the greatest weaknesses of the public finance. The government has made a commitment to the IMF that they will reduce this debt, but the slowing of the economic activity and the poor performance of revenue collection are turning this objective into an extremely difficult challenge. The SMI chairman Alere Mehta stated today that the June 21st elections were the best that Albania has ever seen. He made the following comment: "The citizens voted for the new mayors that they wanted. The SMI has been and continues to be preoccupied with the maintenance of the democracy and the standards of the country. The opposition is disoriented and not headed in the right direction," said Mr. Mehta. He thanked all the candidates of the left-wing coalition, those who won and those who did not win. Mehta added that the SMI managed to double its votes since the 2011 elections. He went on, "We did not consider the June 21st elections to be political elections. The results show the extraordinary progress of the SMI on a national level. The SMI turned out to be the first political force in 11 municipalities and the second political force in 21 municipalities. The SMI chairman announced an analysis of the election results in all cities, including the municipality of Pogradec, in which the SMI suffered a loss. We will diagnose all the problems that hampered the SMI from achieving the desired performance at the local level," he said, "considering the good performance we achieved at the national level. We will reorganize our party structures in Pogradec because we cannot accept these results. Our structures were a disappointment, especially in relation to the citizens. A new SMI committee will be elected by next week in Pogradec," said Mr. Mehta. The SMI chairman also commented on the CEC rejecting their request for Vora. He said that he respects the ruling, but that the victory of the right-wing candidate in Vora was a dirty one. The court of Lushnja has ruled that the 40-year-old Albanian Baki Chako will be kept in prison custody. Chako stands accused of terrorism by the Italian state. He was arrested at the request of Roma Interpol in his own village after returning from Italy 2 days prior. The court session was held behind closed doors, and even the family members of the accused were not present. The Italian prosecution has already begun the procedures to extradite Mr. Chako. During his questioning, the prosecution was able to obtain more data that linked him with 9 other defendants, who were also arrested in a joint police operation led by Albania and Italy. It is learned that the Albanian prosecutors will request information from the Italian side in order to launch a parallel investigation into the terrorist organizations that are active in Albania and Italy. The Central Election Commission has officially certified the election results for Kurbin today, rejecting the request of the Democratic Party that the elections be declared invalid. The case sparked a great deal of debates between the members of the Commission and the Democratic Party representatives. The Democratic member of the CEC, Mr. Osmani, declared that they should not even be discussing whether there were elections in Kurbin, because the right-wing candidates did not participate in the race. He added that in addition to the fact that there was only one candidate in the race, the proper procedures were absent. The party's legal representative claimed that the irregularities in Kurbin started a day before the elections, when the Central Election Commission removed some commissioners of the opposition. He added that unauthorized people took possession of the election materials. The chairwoman of the CEC, Leftari Luzi, made the statement that the issue of Kurbin should be put to rest, because there are no elements that would make the elections in Kurbin invalid. Her vote solidified the final rejection of the request of the Democratic Party. The left-wing candidate for Kurbin, Artur Bardhi, is officially the new mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all of our news for this evening. Thank you for watching. Please join us again tomorrow at the same time for more translated news in English. Thanks, and have a great evening.